What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll do an unboxing and review of the Baseus Inspire XH1 wireless Bluetooth headphones. Very interested in seeing these, checking these out. I was informed in one of the comments, rather, of one of my videos about these, and I went ahead and checked them out. And man, these are got me very, very intrigued. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on them. I know I got some other stuff in the chamber to be picked up, but I rushed these to the front of the line. I don't know why, but I went ahead and did it. So I'm very interested to see how these guys work and how they sound. We know how they work, but how they sound and everything. So again, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm very, very excited about these. All right, let's go ahead first before we crack the case or crack the seal on these, rather. Let's talk price and specs. The price of these is $149.99. As always, I'll leave links in the description below where you can pick them up. They also come in, I believe, was it 4 colors? 3 colors. No, 4 colors. You got Cosmic Black, which is what I got here. You've got the Twilight Blue, Sunset Coral, and straight off-white, or Starlight off-white, sorry. Yeah, so again, a nice color array to choose from. That Midnight Blue was looking fire, but I just went ahead and went with the black ones. I don't know why, but I might have to go back and get them Twilight Blues. All right, let's go ahead and talk specs. As far as Bluetooth version, these guys rock Bluetooth 6.1, so they're ahead of the curve for most of the when it comes to the Bluetooth versions, as you know, and compared to some of my higher end ones, which is interesting. As far as codec support, these guys support AAC, SBC, and LDAC, as you can see here. They also, as far as noise canceling, they have a 4-layer premium adaptive ANC system, which blocks up to 48 decibels of sound. So you know we're going to definitely test that. Outstanding. And of course, battery life. Now with noise canceling turned off, you can get up to 100 hours of playback time. With noise canceling on, you get up to 65 hours. Now, I did not see anything in my research about fast charging, so I'm taking it these guys do not have it. But the minute I find out one way for sure if they do, I will definitely pin it in the comment section, so that way you guys can check out the rates of their fast charge. All right, there is no water resistance rating for these that I could find. There's nothing rated on the box. There's nothing saying about it in my research. So they did not put one in. So you want to be careful when having these on in the gym or getting caught in the rain. So be very careful. All right. Everything you purchase is an investment, so you want to take care of them. All right, so as far as features go, each ear cup rocks a 35mm dynamic driver with dynamic acoustic dampening tube, so a little bit smaller than what I'm used to. I'm used to the 40mm, 50mm drivers and stuff, but I'm interested to see how these guys perform, especially with that damping tube. All right, and of course the sound is tuned by Bose. So that really perked my ear up. I really want to see how they do. Bose is kind of spreading their wings into some of these lower, lesser known brands. Well, I wouldn't call Motorola a lesser known brand, but they did some tuning for their earbuds here. They also tapped into another pair of earbuds, a lesser known brand. They did some tuning for them as well. So now they're moving over and they're collabing with Baseus. Very interesting how Bose is going about doing that. Very interesting. All right. As also they have Dolby Audio 360 sound, so you get that. You are able to get like the surround sound out of these, which is another awesome take on these. These guys Baseus is really stepping up their game when it comes to the features added into their headphones. You got wired and wireless high-res audio certified, so with Bluetooth or the audio jack connection, you can receive that high-res audio. All right, as you also support, well, they also give you Super Bass 3.0, the dynamic algorithm. You get that. You also get what they call Super Balance 3.0. That's a multi-band dynamic algorithm built into the headphones. So again, There a lot of new stuff here. Very interested to see what's going on. You got a 5 mic with AI algorithm for clear phone calls. We'll test that as well. You got button controls, multi-point connectivity, and app support for Android and iOS. So let's quickly get this box open and see what's going on. And Baseus is really stepping their game up. Already liking the box. Let's go ahead and see what we got. All right. Get the box open. Little film on top. Boom. Right off the top, you got a case. Baseus branding. Sound by Bose. Stamp at the bottom. Now, normally when you get a Baseus pair of headphones, you don't get a case. So they're going top. They're going high end when they supply you a case with the headphones, which I really truly appreciate. Hard shell, the zipper is covered. You got your little loop for connecting with like a lanyard. Smooth zipper. Little Baseus branding there on the zipper handle. Very nice. I like how smooth that is. All right, we'll come back to that. What else we got in here? All right, we got our quick start guide, and we have our safety information here in the box. We'll come back to that. Let's get that out the way for right now. All right, let's take a look at these guys. Again, love the case. Got that, like, it bows up, like, so it gets a little wider towards the top. So this is where your ear cups are. This is more where your handle is, or not your handle, but your headband. Let's go ahead and open this up. Take a look. Oh, okay. Okay. I see you, Baseus. Kind of light, a little bit more plasticky build. Got some metal. Looks like aluminum on the yokes. Very nice. Now, do these go through? No, they don't do the 180. That's too bad, because I really would like them to do a 180. So that way you can lay them down flat. But I like the fact that they lay down flat this way as opposed to the other way. So, because that way you can just pick them up and put them right on. I like that. All right, let's see what else we got in here. I just went right to the headphones. All right, so over here we have our USB, or excuse me, not USB, but we got a 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter aux cable. And we've got our, what is this? Our USB-C, the USB-C charging cable. Let's see, anything else? Nope, that's it. That's all that's in the case. And they even give you imprint on the case, tell you how to lay them down, left on this side, right on this side. I like that little illustration. Nice felt pattern, like felt material in there. Keep them nice and protected. I'm really liking their how they step in their game up. All right, and again, let's go ahead and peel this off. Very nice. Actually, you know what? Oh, that's just giving us our little bit of instruction here. Let's go ahead and get that off of there. All right, let's move this off. Oh, very nice, very light. You got good, nice, soft protein leather pads on the ear cups, or on them, and then of course you got that depth. Look, notice how the speaker, the back is slanted, so you get more. This is where your back of your ears rests in, so you got a little bit more space in there, and it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Look at that. It's casting a shadow. It's so deep. I think that's good right there. So you can get, at the deepest point, you can get all the way up to this part of this much of your finger in there. I like that. And that's back where, the back of your ear, so that way it's not touching the back wall here. But I love the way they have those angled to point the speaker more so towards your ear, inside your ear canal, towards your ear canal. So that will definitely help with sound channeling, as well as with noise canceling. All right. Now, I think these are replaceable. I'm not sure as far as the ear cups go or the ear pads. And again, nice, nice cushion up here in the headband. Has the right amount. You got your protein leather all around. You got your Sound by Bose branding here on the left ear cup. Nothing on the right. Very nice. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at the buttons here. All right, on your left ear cup, you got your power button, noise I believe that's your noise canceling button here. And you got your 3.5 millimeter port, your USB-C port for charging, and your charging LED. On the left, or excuse me, on the right, you've got your play pause button. You got your volume up and volume down rocker here, which will also, I believe, work with skip and reverse tracks as well. Very, very nice. Oh, these look so good. Let's go ahead and pop these on real quick. See how these feel. Oh, wow. Let's go ahead and flip that camera. Oh, very comfortable. Very comfortable. And of course, like I said, the way the inside of the ear, inside of where the can is, inside of the can, how they got that slant, you could definitely tell because the back of my ears is not, it's free. I've got some nice airy, feels like some really good space there in there as well. So it's, I mean, it's not as cavernous as say my IO12s or something. Those are chasms. Those are wonderful, but man, they are deep. And they're not on that level, but I definitely can tell you I got more ear space in these than I do on my my solitaire tees, T+A solitaire tees. I think I got a little bit more ear space in these than I do in those, and those are another high dollar headphone that I really like. But I'm calling this, you know, I got to keep it 100 as far as that goes. I mean, very, very comfortable. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys paired up and take a walk through the app. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys paired up. We can go ahead and power them on. All right, we got the power on notification. And now we have them in pairing mode. So we're going to go ahead into our phone. And we got to do it the old-fashioned way. Let's go into details. All right, we got it there. So let's go ahead and pair up. All right, we are connected. We got our volume slider. So let's go ahead and grab the app. All right, I got to log in. Let me go ahead and take care of that. All right, we're back in. I got signed in, and just for note, little side note here. I tried to open it up and using it in tablet form, and it got all kinds of screwed up. So we're only going to use it in candy bar form right now. So let's go ahead and get through it. All right. I checked for a firmware update. There is no update available. We are currently on the current most current version. At the top, you got the name of the headphones. In the center, you got the picture of the headphones with their battery level, as well as their Bluetooth connection option there. Let me zoom in a little bit. Can I get a little bit closer here? All right, here we go. Now, actually, underneath that, you've got your noise canceling. You got normal, you got transparency, and then you have noise reduction or ANC also. And you got custom. So you can go outdoor. You can turn on adaptive if you want. First, you got outdoor, indoor, commuting, business, and then, of course, you can pick custom and turn it all the way up. I usually have custom and have it all as far up as I can. I like it that way. Then, of course, you got wind noise protection. You could turn that on. And that kind of stymies your ANC, but you could turn that on if you're in like a high wind situation and you want that to be nullified as much as possible. All right, now moving on down, you got your Dolby Audio, so you can turn that on, and then you can have between music and cinema, or if you're watching videos or anything like that. I'm gonna leave it on music for right now. We'll test both sides. Then of course you got low latency. You can turn that off and on for gaming. You got your EQ here. You got sound by Bose option. You got powerful bass. But you can only, as I see, I have to turn off Adobe Audio in order to use it. So just so I can show you what it looks like, we're gonna back up. We're gonna turn off Adobe Audio or Dolby Audio. I don't know why I say Adobe. Dolby Audio. Now you can go through and you got powerful bass. You got hi-fi live, pop, jazz rock, clear treble, acoustic, and if you want to add, you've got your own equalizer here that you can really fine tune. Let me, and stuff like that. So yeah, you can really get into it and get it done however you like. And that we'll play with that a little later on. All right. Okay, so then you have that. And then, of course, you have your sound settings here where you can turn on bass boost. You can turn on LDAC. And you can do your hearing protection. You go in, you can limit your volume. That way you can say, okay, I don't want it to go up past 85 decibels. So the loudest the headphones will get is 85 decibels. It will not go any higher than that. I like that feature in there, especially if you have these for kids and you don't want them getting too loud or anything like that, possibly damaging their ears. This is a great feature. All right, again, you got LDAC. You could turn that on and everything. But let me see. Enabling LDAC will cause earphones to briefly disconnect. Okay. I'm looking for something that says, well, you can't have multipoint on. I don't see it, so we're definitely going to test that, having LDAC on and seeing if multipoint does work. Okay. So we'll go ahead. We'll play with that a little later on as well. Again, you got bass boost. Absolutely love it. All right. And then, of course, moving down, you got your gesture settings. You got for your button controls. You could double tap for the play pause button here. You can set double tap and you can turn on and off Dolby Atmos. Then press and hold calls up. You can do anything you want. Calls up voice assistant or whatever. Then tap 3 times. You can definitely go ahead again. They have it at low latency. I'm gonna go back and fine tune that, and we're gonna play with that in the touch controls a little later on. But I love the fact that you do have that option with the play pause button. All right. Then of course you've got your dual device connection, where you can go in and connect to 2 devices at once. All right. It gives you a walkthrough on how to use it. Okay. So we'll play with that a little later on as well. You got sleep mode, where if you just want to be able to just listen to some white noise and everything, if you turn that on, you've got, let's see, you got ocean waves, campfire, rainy day, and insect chirping. I think that ocean waves, I think these 3 would be more of mine. Rainy day, campfire, ocean waves. I think that would be more of a soothing type of sound for me. Then you could have it set to a certain time in minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or permanent, meaning it just plays and plays and plays. I think that will go with that, with one of those 3. I think I'd be out like a light. All right. Then, of course, you got your Inspire Care Plus, which basically you can go in, and my guess is you can get new ear pads. You can get some servicing done to it if need be. You can get like some protection for it in case they get damaged somehow. You got that Inspire Care Plus. You can use that to pay off to help get it replaced or get them repaired or anything like that. I like that nice little tool, nice little piece of a tool that they give you as far as keeping the maintenance up on these headphones. All right, so again, that was a quick walkthrough of the app. I like it, real streamlined, gives you what you need, not too much fluff or anything like that. I just wish it would work properly in tablet mode, but I digress. I like the way it's looking. Baseus is definitely stepping their game up. Let's continue. All right, what we want to test now is the multi-point connectivity feature on these. We're going to see if these headphones, I know they say dual connection, but we want to test that, and then also see if we have auto switching as well. So we already know that we have these guys paired up to the Z Fold 7. You can see it there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and turn off Bluetooth here, get these guys back into pairing mode, and we're going to come over here to the Tab S11 Ultra, and we'll go into details here. We'll get these guys paired up to here. As you can see, let me show you guys. There it is, right here at the top of the list on the S11 Ultra. Yes, we're going to pair. All right, we got the volume slider here on the right. So now we are connected to the tablet. So let's go back over, turn on Bluetooth on the phone. We'll go ahead and connect. And we are connected to both the phone as well as the tablet. So now let's go ahead and put these guys on. We're going to pull up some audio. Let's go grab a video quick. Let's go grab a video. All right. All right, so we got the video set up here on the phone, and let's grab one for the tablet. All right, so now we got the tablet set up. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit play here on the tablet. Audio is working. All right, let's pause that. Let's go ahead and play on the phone. All right, took a few seconds, but it did kick in. So we got audio playing on from the phone. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and switch. We're gonna hit play rather here on the tablet and see if auto switching works, if they do have that feature embedded. All right, so there is no auto switching. All right, so no auto switching. You have to pause the first device to go ahead and hit play on the second device in order for it to play. Again, not a deal breaker for me overall. I really wish that was a feature baked in. Hopefully with a firmware update, they will include that. That would be fantastic. But I have multi-point connectivity. I'm very happy with it. Let's continue. All right, what we're going to test now is the button controls. There is no wear sensor on here, so we don't have to worry about our music pausing while we do this. So we've got our different setup here. Okay, so we can go ahead and we got the play button. We got our song picked out, so we can go ahead and play. Now we got audio playing out of here. Okay, so you hit it again, it will pause. Okay, so again, you got other options too. You got double tap. It turns on my my noise canceling. Now if I triple tap, it cycles through my other options as well. And if I think it is my game mode and stuff like that. So if I press and hold now, pulls up my voice assistant. What's the weather for tomorrow? All right, it heard me say voice assistant, so there you go. All right, so that works. Again, I got to go in and do some changing on that, but to where I really like it, but I love the way they respond. All right, so of course you got your single press allows the music to play like I mentioned before. Then you got your up and down volume button. So if you hit up or hit down, see the volume goes down. But if you long press, it takes you to the previous song. All right, so now if you you got your volume button, volume plus, if you press, the volume goes up. But if you long press, Let me do it again. There it is. It takes you to the next song. So you want to be very careful with that. As far as I love the fact that if I long press even right now, it doesn't take me to the end of the song, the beginning of the song. It takes me directly back to the next song. I like the fact that I don't have to release and let it go again. It takes me right back to the previous song. I love that little added touch in there. But the touch controls do work properly. I will get that set up the way I want it as far as the my double and triple tap and my press and hold options for the play button. One more thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. I have to close it up because I got to go into the app to do it. Is the noise canceling option. And this one's on your left earpad or ear cup. So you press it, see how it switches. I'm in transparency mode. Press it again. It says ANC off, which is basically your normal mode. Press again. I'm back in noise canceling. So all the touch controls work very flawless, really rapidly. I like the way they do. Let's continue. This is a mic test with the Baseus Inspire XH1 headphones in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Baseus Inspire XH1 headphones in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Baseus Inspire XH1 headphones in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Baseus Inspire XH1 headphones in a crowded location. All right, we're going to do a noise canceling test with the Baseus Infinite XH1. I could get that mixed up. Headphones. Let me paint the picture for you right now. As you can see in the backdrop, I am walking back from Sheets on my way to the job. And I have them on transparency mode, and then I can hear absolutely everything. All right, everything sounds good. I can hear all the traffic around me. They got a lot of cars moving in different directions, so we got that going on. And the transparency mode is very, very clear. All right, I gotta make sure to keep my hand on the swivel here as I get ready across the street. All right, so now we're making it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and, again, I'm shooting this from my Z Fold 7, so I'm not able to show you my settings, but I am going ahead and put these guys in noise canceling mode right now. All right, on ANC off. All right, ANC is now on, and I can tell you it's doing a decent job. Now, I got traffic behind me. Now, is it blocking everything? No, it's not. But it is making it a lot quieter and everything. So that's a good thing. Again, I am not listening to any audio at the time of this test. Just the sound of the just the technology of the ANC that I'm using. All right, so doing a really good job. Again, not knocking out everything, but doing good enough. So if I not good enough, I wish it was better. So if I had to rate this between 1 and 10, 1 being absolute trash, 10 being the best, I would have to go with a 7, a solid 7 on these. Again, not knocking out all the sound, but definitely making it quieter, which is always a good thing. I just wish it could be better. So this has been the ANC test for the Baseus Infinite XH1 headphones. I gotta make sure I say it right. Man, that's a mouthful, but a good, decent job. All right, what we're gonna do now is the sound test. Let me put these back in. All right, so it doesn't sound like I'm yelling or anything like that. All right, we have the headphones on. I am actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get our picture-in-picture in and put me in the box. All right, so now I have the headphones on. Now going through the app here, you can only use it again in the candy bar style form, because when I open it up, you already know it screws up. All right, so we are in transparency mode. Now we got 3 different ways we can actually do this. All right, we can go ahead with Dolby Atmos turned off and LDAC turned on. LDAC turned off, Dolby Atmos turned off, or Dolby Atmos turned on, and you cannot use the EQ on it at all. But you can use LDAC with Dolby Atmos, which I think is very interesting. All right, but you cannot use the the built-in equalizer with those on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to turn on Dolby Atmos. We got spatial audio turned on. We're going to try this first. And whoops, let me go back. And we're going to turn on bass boost and LDAC. All right, it's going to restart the headphones about 10 seconds. But I think we should get a really, really good sound out of that. Let me see. It's not, I guess we got to go back out because it's not connected to anything. All right, let's go ahead and make sure that we are connected. Shows 2 devices. Yes, we are connected. Sometimes this app just doesn't seem to want to work with me. But let's go ahead and close it out and bring it back. It should have my settings already configured in. All right, let's go ahead and get our music together. It should start to kick in once we have our music. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go. Oh, Jesus. There we go. I am totally messing up tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and get our first song going. Feeling good. Dominique feels on me. Here we go. Let's get we at our optimal listening level. Yes. Now let's go ahead and get into the app. It's not letting me do anything. No controls. The app froze up on me. I don't know what to say about that. All right, we're going to pause this out. This is all happening in real time. We're doing this as we speak. So we're going to go ahead and pause this out. Let's go ahead and get it clean. Let's get it cleared out. Completely closed. Let's go back in. It is not recognizing the connection here. Again, this is one of them things. Again, we're doing this in real time. All right. I don't know what it is with this app, but it just seems to start acting finicky after I went ahead and see, it's even acting weird here. This should be scrolling all the way up. It shouldn't be doing this here. So there's definitely an issue with the app. All right, let me get this squared away, and then we're going to get back to it. Stay strapped in. We're back in. Got it figured out. I don't know what it was, but the total app crashed on me. Had to go in and just completely wipe out things and get it squared away. So we're back in. I do have, let's see, I want to show you guys sound settings. I do have LDAC turned on here, and I also have LDAC turned on here in the phone. So we are ready to rock and roll with that. Now, I do have bass boost turned on too, but I want to see if we can add Dolby. Yes. All right. Spatial audio is turned on. And we still have LDAC turned on, but bass boost gets turned off. So you can't have bass boost and Dolby audio turned on at the same time. Learning something new all the time. All right. So we'll start off with LDAC and Dolby audio and see how we do. Let's go ahead and get into noise canceling. All right, noise canceling. Now, again, we cannot use the EQ with Dolby turned on, just so that you know. All right. There's a lot of different ways you can go about listening to these, which I like and everything like that. But trying to find the right configuration might take you some time. All right, so here we go. Song number 1. We got Feeling Good by Dominique Feels on Me. Let's go ahead and make sure we at our optimal listening level. All right, we're there. Here we go. All right. So far, Dolby audio gives you that 360 sound. Pretty good. Nice and clear. Great sound stage with the background vocalist. Gives you great space. Again, nice sound, nice vocals. I like the clarity. You're still getting the nuance too. The popping sound, the B's, the P's, the T's. Again, her breathing rhythms. You're catching that as well. And very clear. I like it. And I love the harmonizing as well. Sounds very clear. All right, let's go ahead and get off of that. Again, it sounds very, very clean, very clear. I actually liked it with the soundstage, with the 360 audio. Feels like you got a lot more area space with the background vocalists on these as well. So far, so good. A good start here. Again, LDAC, Dolby Audio turned on at the same time. You know what we're going to do real quick? We're going to back this up, and we're going to turn off Dolby Audio. Okay? We got that turned off. So now we're going to go into the EQ. All right? Now, we're only going to stay on this a little bit. I just want to hear the difference there. And also, let's back up. Can we back up one? There we go. Man, I don't know what's going on with this. All right, let's go into sound settings and let's turn bass boost on. All right, so now no Dolby Audio, but we're using the EQ and we're using LDAC with the bass boost. All right, here we go. Let's go back in. Song number 1. Let's go. Excuse me. All right, we are using sound by Bose, so their sound used with these headphones. I like how it sounds. Nice volume. Don't have to worry about turning it down or turning it up, rather. Good clarity. I mean, the soundstage has tightened a little bit, but you still got a nice, decent one. And you're still getting the detail. Let's go ahead and pick up clear treble. See how that sounds. Okay, a little less bass in the voice, in the vocals, giving you that nice mids and the highs, a little bit more clear that way. But again, bass has been removed a little bit. I think I'm gonna stick with let's go to my custom. Yeah, I'm stick with sound by Bose. All right, I think I'm gonna stick with that one on this because I think even if I set mine the way I like it, I think the tuning is more geared towards the sound of Bose than it is you being able to customize. At least in my opinion, that's what I picked up because when I switched over, went from the natural volume went from here to here. You could tell the difference. Just saying. All right, let's go ahead and get into our second song. All right, You and That by E40 featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. Ooh, nice bass. I like it. Now let's go to powerful bass. Yeah, that's nice. Ooh, and it's clean too. I just wish it was a little bit. Let me see where we at. All right, my optimal listening level. I wish it was just a little bit more, a little bit louder. Right here. Man, that sounds good. I like it right there with that powerful bass. All right. Ooh. All right, let's go try with Dolby Audio. It's going to turn off the bass boost as well as the EQ. So let's go ahead. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a no. That's a no for me. All right. Let's go back to where we were. I like that. Okay, that powerful bass is where it's at. Why I keep doing that? Turn that on. Oh, my goodness. I love it. Let's turn it up a little bit. Ooh. Okay. All right. At the higher volumes. All right, let me pause this. All right. At the higher volumes, the bass sounds incredible. I mean, it's really good and clean at my preferred listening level, but when you turn up the decibels, man, these guys start to really, really cook. And again, there's a combination you got to have. You got to have your bass boost turned on and that powerful bass setting and the preset. And if you are a bass head, these will rock with you. Again, turning them up a little bit more than where I prefer them to be. I wish they were a little louder at my volume level. But again, I don't have to turn them up if I don't have to. But to get the full effect out of the bass and everything, yeah, you might want to turn it up a couple notches to really, really get that punch out of them that I think they provide. Again, turning on Dolby Audio almost flattens out the bass because it's widening the sound stage, and it's a no. In these, it's a no. Absolutely not. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get into one more song. I know I've been ran this video so long, but hey, it is what it is. All right. Let's go ahead. We got Kitty G Home. All right. And we have bass boost on. We're gonna switch that over to Dolby Spatial Audio. Again, it kind of lowered the volume a little bit, but this is where a spatial audio sound kind of shines. That wide sound stage, especially when you got a instrument like the saxophone, you got the keyboard, you get that good transition from the crisp highs to the lows. You still getting that little low rumble in there. I like that in Dolby Audio. I do like that. Very clear. Yeah. Absolutely. Love it. Very clear. I don't know why I'm still on that page. All right. I like it that, again, that's where Adobe Atmos really shines on this one, is right in there in that area when you got nice acoustics, or not acoustics, but sound audio from like wind instruments and your keys, and everything like that. So it sounds really, really like a concert hall almost. And also in the first song, when you got the acapella vocalist, nice and wide, sounds really, really good with the Dolby Atmos. But then when you flip over to the bass songs where you need that nice compact punch, the Dolby Audio, the spatial audio, if you want to call it that, completely misses the mark on it. Completely, it just does. All right, I can't stress any more than that. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to see try the Dolby Atmos with a video. All right, we'll go ahead and start this video. I want to show you guys I got Dolby Audio or spatial audio turned on. We're going to turn on low latency. I guess LDAC took care of that. LDAC disables low latency here, so we're going to let that go. So we got LDAC turned on. We got the Dolby Audio split to Cinema, because we're going to have to close this out. And we're going to have to bring our movie in. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right. I know it's kind of because of me moving all around. I got all kinds of finger oils. All right, here we go. Actually, we're gonna move ahead. Already, I like the sound of it. I like the width, the sound stage. Let's move ahead a little bit. Let's get to some action. Ooh, yeah. I like that. I like the way that sounds. I got the rumbling in the back. Let's go up a little bit. Let's go up a couple notches. Yeah, that sounds really nice. Oh, yeah. Dolby Audio in movies is definitely where it's at on this. Yeah, you can really get down with this. With I really like the feel. You got it coming from behind you. Like, oh, it sounds crazy. Oh, that sounds so clean. Definitely a good pair of headphones to use when watching movies, or especially when you're watching movies. All right. All right. Definitely worth it when watching a movie. I love the Dolby. Oh, you have to have this with Dolby Audio turned on. Sounds great. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my likes and dislikes of the Baseus Inspire XH1 headphones. They're, I guess you can call them their flagship or their top tier offering of headphones. And I think, I'll save that for my overall for the later on. Let's go ahead and talk about my dislikes. So far, the only dislike that I got on these is I wish at my volume level, I wish it was maybe a tick or two louder. Again, I don't have to turn them down or turn, because of that, but I do think they would benefit, in my opinion, if just a little bit louder, especially at my volume level. Other than that, as far as volume, they do the job. Dolby Atmos is picture perfect with movies and everything. I got a little bit straight from my dislikes there, but I couldn't help it. I was just still tripping off of that a little bit of Star Wars there. Anyway, as far as other dislikes, I can't really I can't really find any. I know a lot of people are going to ask, why don't you do the analog connection, go 3.5 in? Yeah, because you do get high res audio there as well. But I generally don't listen to my headphones. If I have Bluetooth headphones, I have them because they're wired, they're Bluetooth capable. Yes, do I use sparingly, and I use that term loosely when I use the audio jacks or the audio cables. I sparingly do it. Even with my higher end headphones, I sparingly use them with plugged in, hardwired into a system or a DAC or anything like that if needed. But yeah, I just absolutely, I think these are really good for that's I just wish they had a little bit more volume. All right, I think that, let me see, anything else I can think of that I dislike about these? Oh, touch controls. No, I I think I can live with what they got. I think I can live with that. I was gonna put in a little couple more controls, but no, I think we're good there. I don't need to hammer them on touch controls. I think so we bypass that. All right. Let's go ahead. I think that's all for my dislikes. Let's go ahead and flip into my likes. It is a lot to like about these, especially again, they've done headphones before, but nothing on this level or this where they give you so much, so many options, so much technology inside them. Oh, one more. I'm sorry. There was one dislike. No auto, wear detection rather. No wear detection, no auto switching on sound. There, they came out. But I would think that would have been a really good add-on. Maybe next time, their next offering will have wear detection, and hopefully they'll have an update where it comes through and gives you that auto switch. And then also the app needs to be improved as well. You've seen how bad it crashed on me when I went to switch to LDAC, completely froze out on me and everything like that. I know people will be like, you should write these down. I should, but I don't. And I'm learning. This is a process, so I'll try to write them down next time. All right, so now that clearly completes the end of my dislikes. Again, the likes on these, I like the build quality on them. I like the fact that you can fold them up compact, although if you want to throw them in a bag quick, but I love the fact that they lay flat with the right on the right and the left on the left, as opposed to the other way where you have to pick them up and turn them around and all that stuff. I like how they lay flat like that. I love the fact that they actually come with their own carrying case, hard shell carrying case. Love it, because you know me, back in the day, Baseus have dropped ear headphones with no case. So I like the fact that they do come with their own. That's top notch for me. Like I said, touch controls, very intuitive. Really, can really get through. You just got to be a little bit mindful when it comes to the volume up and volume down button. I really wish these were independent buttons instead of one long rocker. That way you know exactly which one you're hitting to, especially the skip and reverse tracks. You'd want to be definitely careful on that. All right. But other than that, they're very intuitive and very sensitive to touch. So, and again, it's always good to have. I like the swiping and everything, but sometimes a good tactile button goes a long way. I love the fact, let me switch these around. I love how soft the ear pads are. And the headband is very, very soft too for long-term listening. I have no problem with that with this protein leather on it. Gives you that premium feel to it. You got a lot of plastic here. Got some aluminum with the yokes and everything, but still, it just gives you that sort of premium type of look to them, type of feel. Absolutely, they do look good. They look good. I can't deny that. Let's see. Let me see. Noise canceling could be better. It's a decent start, but could be better. The mics are decent as well. The sound is another thing. Again, like I said, I like the way they sound. Especially when you find that combination. Like I found that combination with the bass boost and the powerful bass option there, and LDAC turned on. That rocked with the bass song and everything like that. They did a fantastic job with that. But then if you're watching videos, you want to switch over to Dolby Audio and you rock out with that as well. LDAC can be turned on as well. And also, I forgot to mention, LDAC can be turned on and be used with multi-point connectivity at the same time. Thank you. All right, that's another feather in the cap for Baseus there. Finally, let me see. Anything else that I like about it? Yeah, this is a fantastic first start for Baseus when it comes to the top tier, or getting into the bracket, into the fight with like your Cambridge Melomania P100 SEs. You're talking about your higher end sound cores. You're talking some of the other ones as well. At that 100 to 150 mark, you're in that realm with them, and they throwing their hat rate in there. They got the sound by Bose. And I guess they come to play. They literally come to play on this one. All right, let's wrap this up. So this has been an unboxing and review of the Baseus Inspire XH1 headphones. A really great opening. I guess I wouldn't say opening, but launch into, I would say, your semi-premium headphones. Again, not too many Baseus headphones was in this $150 price range, but these guys, in my opinion, are they worth it? I would have to say yes, they are. If these came out for $2, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. But the reason why I'm saying that is because they're good right now, but there is room for improvement with firmware updates on these. So the ceiling is up there a little bit, so they got some room to improve on these if they choose to. I really hope they do. At least give these guys that auto switching feature. I think that would go a long way with these. Again, and increase and improve on the overall volume. That's 1 and 2. And I think you can be rest assured that they would be mentioned in the likes of like the P100 SEs from Cambridge Audio and the likes. But definitely, definitely, I would like to see them do that. I love the Dolby Audios for movies. I love the bass. We got really good, clean bass on these, much to my surprise. Well, not really, because Baseus really does a good job with bass, but they do a fantastic job. So if you're looking for an alternative to some of the leading brands in this price space, I definitely take a look at them. Even if you're not looking for an alternative, take a look at these headphones. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. At least giving them a shot. Like I said, they do have some caveats that I mentioned in my opinion, but I think overall these are a solid start off for Baseus in this price range. All right. Again, if you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm waiting on the Quad Comfort Ultra Gen 2s to arrive so I can do an unboxing for them. So you definitely want to do. And I also got the Gauntlet series for the P100 SEs coming up as well. So you definitely want to be subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this, that, and the other drop. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.